Brett, how did you decide that your team was going to pick you for the game changer?
So what happened was Aiden pretty much bowed out initially, and then Scott really wanted it, but I also really wanted it. So we ended up doing rock, paper, scissors because that seemed like the fairest way. I just happened to beat him.
All right, what was your strategy for your team picking?
So I really wanted Tosh first, but I didn't want Tosh and Craig on my team because I thought that'd be too strong of a duo. And then I really wanted Aiden because I think we're working really well together. And the rest were kind of random, although I did want another girl on the team, and I really wanted to play with Shane. So I felt like this was a good opportunity.
All right, how'd you feel about your team in the last challenge?
I thought we crushed it. I feel really good about this team, and I'm glad the people I picked in the end now.
All right. So Devin, you were the other team to be the game changer voter person. How did your team come to decide on you?
Well, I can be honest here, huh? No one knows this stuff. So, I got a foursome going with, oh man, can we go somewhere else?
All right. So Dev, how were you picked to be the game changer for your team?
So, what we got going right now is when we were on Green Goblins, me, Fizz, Craig, and Shane said we're gonna rock to the end. Me and Fizz are gonna infiltrate Brenton and Brett. Shane and Craig are gonna infiltrate Scott and Aiden. Whenever we go to free fall, we pretend like we're not working together, but we're Final Four. So when I was picking the team, I was trying to make sure that me and Fizz ended up on a team and Craig and Shane ended up on a team. It didn't work because it came down to Scott and Craig, and then Brett picked Craig. So we got unlucky there. But that's how I picked my teams. And then I was trying to make Brett pick Shane first because I knew he would. I didn't want to pick Fez right off the bat. So I was like, when he picked Shane, I was like, we're going. But that's what happened there. That's how I picked my team.
All right. So how did you feel like your team did in that last challenge?
We did all right. We did all right. I mean, we're gonna win this one. We killed the canoe. We're gonna bounce back. Golden showers, baby.
Any other closing remarks?
I don't know who I'm even really like super aligned to. We pulled in Brenton, got Shane, Craig, and Fez in that alliance, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna stick together. I'm gonna see how it plays out. But it sounds like me and Fez can just swap to Brenton at any point. I'm ready to turn on anybody. I don't give a shit. But let's get it.
All right, Scott, you were the second to last to be picked on the schoolyard, weren't you?
I was.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like I had a lot more to offer the team, not to be picked second, but I also trust Brett to have done it that way for a reason. So it sucks, but ultimately I ended up on the winning team so far, so can't complain too much.
How do you feel about your team overall? I think you'll have a good shot to get this.
I think we're pretty stacked. We're athletic, and then we got smart people to do puzzles and stuff, so I think we can run it all the way to the merge.
You also found a hidden immunity idol, didn't you?
I did.
Can you tell me how you found that and how you felt when you found it?
It was out in the pool area, and I just was super static. I was like, oh, cool.
All right.
It's like a comfort blanket. I'm cool with it.
Yeah. How did you decide to be the person who's sitting out of this challenge?
Well, I did the cube puzzle last time when I came in second last season, and I did not do well in the cube puzzle, so I knew I was weak at cubes, and then I also wanted to give everybody else a chance to do it. I didn't want like Kayla or someone sitting out that never had a chance to do it, and I knew I'd be weak at this, so.
All right, any other closing remarks? Any other comments?
Yeah, it's getting real feisty out there. I made the comment, but I guess I'll make it to you too. There's blood and water, but there's about to be a lot more blood.
All right, so Kayla, you have just won, your tribe has just won the last two competitions, so you're safe right now. How are you feeling?
I'm just trying to, go under the radar. I don't want to cause too much commotion because then they might think about voting me out, but I don't want to be useless. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Your first tribal council, your name was written down a couple times.
Only twice.
Twice, okay.
Yeah, I don't know who that was, but I'm gonna come for them for sure. They might be out, but
is there anyone you're specifically targeting right now?
Not necessarily. I mean, I want to get the people who I obviously want to get Tosh out because she won last time. probably Craig and Shane, because I just feel like they'll make it to the end if they stay in, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta get them out eventually, but
Are you specifically working with anyone? Have you?
I can't disclose that information.
No, you can say it.
No, I can't disclose it.
No, that's the point of this. It's a secret.
It's a secret.
Yeah, your
You'll
secret.
find out later.
Okay.
I'm working with everyone.
Any other
questions?
Any other closing remarks?
No.
All right, so Shane, your team has won the last two tribals. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great physicality wise. I've only been to tribal one time the entire game and no one has noticed. Like, I've only had to vote out Bree and not a single person has noticed. So I've got I haven't voted against anybody, so everyone feels pretty solid with me. And I've definitely changed my game since last time to go initiate those conversations and like make sure I'm good. I haven't been throwing anyone's secrets out there. I've been trying to check in with everyone. I found an idol over there that I have not told anyone about yet.
Yeah, where did you find it?
I found it in this front bush where all the wasps are, where people are going to be mad because I told them, hey, don't go by the wasps. And then when I went to go spray for wasps, I saw it and I was like, holy shit. So I have that in my back pocket. I'm glad we just won those because our tribe is kind of split right now, and that's really my game is trying to pit people against each other and target certain groups so that I can slip by and just be the plus one, and if anyone needs me, because I know I'm a threat, but I have to try and say, I'm an asset to you, I'm an asset to your little group. But every single conversation, I'm like, oh, look at that big group over there, look at all those guys, look at these girls working together. And every single time I talk to people, I'm like, well, what do you think? I never really offer first. And I try to be transparent with the information that other people give me to other individuals. So Scott wants to go for Aiden. I told Aiden. Aiden wants to go for Scott. I didn't tell Scott because Scott is probably going to link up with those guys. What I need to do is figure out how to get Devin out, because I told him I wouldn't vote for him. I would like to think that I could go to the end with him and Fez and Craig as a final four like we said, but then Devin's using me as a shield. Craig told me that Devin was using me as a shield, and I fully believe that. That makes sense. Getting Tosh out, getting Devin out, getting Fez out.
All right, resume.
So I need to fucking get Fez out of this game. He's going to win if he gets to the end. And I need to be able to figure out how to split Brett and Aiden up. Not necessarily out, but even be in that trio, because they're really tight. This sucks because I was supposed to be tight with Brett or Aiden, but I was never on the same page with them. Brooke got voted out, who was my number one. Taylor got voted out, who Taylor trusts me implicitly, and I trust Taylor. Like, all of my allies keep falling, so I have to rely on people that are not shifty, but like, you know, we all are competitive, we all want to win. I have to basically rely on people that are like me, and I know I want to win, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to win, but it's like, holy shit. So it's kind of just trying to find out a strategy between that. But I have an idol in my pocket, and I'm trying to keep the number strong so I can just sail through and then use an idol when I need to.
Who do you want to see come back from the battle back?
Brooke. Brooke would be my number one. If I can get Britton out too, that's the thing. There's so many targets lined up in front of me. I don't know where my threat level is in everyone's head. I've been trying to keep it low and try to bolster other people up. But if I'm at the front of the line, that's trouble. But if I can keep knocking the dominoes down and then Brooke come back, and I think Brooke really trusts me this game, that would be great. Honestly, I don't want anyone to come back. I feel like I'm doing really well without it. But that's where I was last time, and I really, really valued that. So either Brooke coming back, Taylor coming back would be my two.
Any other closing remarks?
No, hope to see you all at the final where I can sweep it. But that's
All right, so Tosh, your tribe has just won the last two competitions. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling pretty comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. We think we're a strong group, and we might have a pecking order for the other team already. We know how we're gonna pick them off one by one.
Who's your?
I'll win the second one too.
Who was your first target?
Devin, because he's good at challenges. He's not afraid to talk to people and blow some smoke, from what I've heard. And he made it far along last time. We had to blindside him, and I thought he was going to make it to the final 3 last time.
How do you feel about Brett picking you first in the?
I was pumped.
That's cool.
We knew rowing was going to happen, so I was pretty sure I was going to get picked first, but it felt good to, be first choice over Craig.
So, have you been able to find any idols yet?
I haven't. Walked over there, walked down there. I'm going to start looking in people's mailboxes and look like a real creep.
How, is there anyone that you want to see go to the inn with?
Ooh, I think Shane is playing a very good game. He's the only reason why we won the last box challenge. And that's probably it. Sorry, Craig. No.
Any other closing remarks?
Ricky, thank you so much for doing these. This is so much fun. It's a great way to spend a Saturday. Great bragging rights.
All right, so Aiden, your tribe has just won the last 2 competitions. How are y'all feeling right now?
We feel pretty good. No one's really been kind of moseying off in groups right now. We feel pretty confident that it may go to individuals pretty soon. And we have the numbers right now. So whether it's immediately after like tribal or after the next challenge, we're just trying to kind of see who we should eliminate first from them. But we feel pretty good about ourselves.
Who is your personal first target on the other side?
I don't have really one person. There's really 3 people. There's Devin, Brenton, and Fez, because they're pretty tight together. A lot of people are saying Devin. I think Brenton and Devin for me are kind of like 1A, 1B. And personally, I don't know Fez very well, so I don't know how he plays. I don't know if he is a bigger threat, but we know from past seasons that Devin and Brenton probably shouldn't be trusted. And we got to knock at least one of them out early and try to not have any of them get to the final. Once they get to the final, they're probably going to get all those jury votes, all those 3, maybe everyone but Taylor at this point. So it's kind of how we're feeling.
Who would you like to go to the inn with at this point?
I really like Brett. I feel like we're kind of on the same wavelength. It kind of grew a little bit when I was pulled in when we reshuffled for the 3 tribes, and I really just had Brett and Scott. I think Scott may be trying to kind of get me out of the picture a little bit, but Brett seems to be pretty loyal.
Pause.
Keep going?
Yeah.
I think Scott might be trying to get me out pretty fast, but I think Brett and I are pretty loyal to one another right now. Pretty good with Shane at the moment, but I know Shane is a really good player, Tasha too. I think they both can get really far, so right now I'm trying to kind of take them, like get along, get up, down that road together, and then if the opportunity comes to get them out, then because I feel like they'll get a lot of jury votes. I think Brett and I would be pretty even. So.
Have you been able to find any hidden immunity idols yet?
I have not. I do have a rumor. I was told that Scott might have one. He may or may not have one. It was told to me by Lindsay, and part of me thought that Lindsay was just telling me that just to say, hey, he has one. If you want to get rid of him now, it's the time. She was trying to save herself. I'm not sure if that was truthful, but I did bring it up to Shane, and Shane also heard the same thing. So it's very possible that he has a hidden immunity idol, but that's the only one that I know could have one. I don't know if anyone else has one.
Have you been actively searching or
not really? There's not many places to look back here. We kind of wanted to go down to the areas down the street, see if there's some hidden over there. Just haven't had the time to do it, and I'm not really good at finding things like that, so probably won't be able to find one.
Any other closing remarks?
No, just I really thought I was gonna get eliminated when it was me, Brett, Scott, Lindsay, and Chicken. I really thought that they were gonna band together and someone was gonna turn their back on me. But I made it this far, feel good. Just got to keep moving on. Hopefully we get to the final.
All right, Fez, your tribal has lost the last 3 challenges. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty rough. There's some rough challenges. Worked our asses off. Couldn't get the dub. But, and we had to vote off someone we did not want to vote off. We really wanted to have going into the free-for-all portion. But we're hoping he can battle back and get back in there.
And who is this we're talking about?
Brenton,
Right.
unfortunately, will have to be voted to go home. But we got some surprises coming. Don't worry, they're coming.
Anything you want to tell the producers?
Just watch and don't edit any of my stuff out.
All right. Have you found any hidden immunity idols yet?
I may have.
Where'd you find it?
I found it right outside after. I don't remember which challenge it was, but everyone was like celebrating the challenge, and I just snuck out and like went to go look, and I found it right on the side of the house, just sitting like in plain view. I snatched it up, and yeah, I'm just playing with. I have that immunity idol in my back pocket, and I'm waiting for the right moment to play it. So far, I feel like my alliances have been strong. I feel like I provide value in our challenges, but now I assume we'll be merging soon with the blue team, and that scares me because they got a lot more people than we do. They got double the amount of people, and
You think you might keep that idol for yourself, or you might use it to help strategically get someone on your side? Play it for someone else.
We'll see how it goes. I just know it's back there, and I can use it if I need to.
All right. Any other closing remarks?
I'm coming for this dub.
Survivors ready? Go. Oh no! Oh, she's not touching the rod. Doesn't look like it. All right, survivors, are you ready? Go.
Lindsay's squaring up. What are you doing, Taylor?
Just kick it.
What is you doing? What is you doing? She's like,
Just kick it.
you know, we're just tired. It's just kind of the end of the day. Yeah. Don't look at me. Don't tempt me.
I'm gonna strike first.
You're leaning it. How was that grocery store trip? Pretty sweet. Good time.
I really thought I was tossing it higher.
I mean, yeah.
Go.
That's why you didn't want to water.
Yeah.
Fast beat, fast beat. Watch the line, chick. Watch the line, chick.
Go. All right, survivors, are you ready?
Ready.
Go. Look at that focus.
Karate chop me?
No confirmation?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
All
I'll be
right.
Yeah.
All right. Go.
Is yours full of water or no?
He doesn't have to tell you.
Too much now.
Do better than you did
I know
last
you
time.
had a lot to drink. What's her?
They're like dancing.
Brandon, watch yourself. Lighten out. Lighten out, Brandon. Lighten out, Brandon.